really shipped Addison Rae and Bryce Hall. So why aren't they still dating? They clearly still have a lot of love for each other, but they haven't been able to work it out. Are they ever gonna get it together? Probably not. These two can never be a couple, no matter how much we want them to. There are some really serious reasons why Addison just can't exist. Let's find out what they are. TikTok love is everywhere you look at the moment. We can't get enough of the drama, can we? If it's not Chase Hudson and Charlie D'Amelio throwing shade at each other, then it's Josh Richards and Nessa Barrett. But there's one couple that seem to have avoided spilling the tea and have left fans wondering, are they or aren't they? We're talking about Addison Rae and Bryce Hall, aka the king and queen of TikTok. Sorry, Chase and Charlie, you're royalty too, but we can't help but stan Bryce and Addison. So how did a kid from Maryland meet a cheerleader from Louisiana? It's all down to the wonderful world of social media. In case you've been living under a rock, Addison Rae is a 19-year-old sensation that blew up literally overnight last year. After posting just a couple of videos, Addison got a huge following. In just a few months, she had moved to LA with her family to see what this influencer thing was really all about. There, she met Chase Hudson and became part of the Hype House, aka the place every teenager wants to be. When Addison was just starting to post, Bryce was already an OG in the game. He was big on Musical.ly before launching his own YouTube channel and eventually moving over to TikTok. Bryce had already been living in LA for a while when he met Addison through mutual friends. As a member of the Sway House, Bryce is kind of a big deal, so it was only a matter of time before they ended up hanging out. Fans first thought something was up when they started making cozy videos together. That was back in October, but they weren't really speaking on whether they were dating. They did like to keep fans guessing though, posting videos like this one where they did their own version of a High School Musical song. Aww, aren't they sweet? This pattern went on for a couple of months, but then we finally got the goods. Bryce posted a picture of them kissing on New Year's, so surely that was the confirmation we all needed, right? But just as we were planning out their wedding, there was a huge plot twist that had us shook. Just a month after Bryce posted the picture of them making out, he tweeted that they weren't dating anymore. He said, "Addison and I are not dating. She's doing her own thing and I'm doing mine. We're still friends and plan to remain that way. I still love her and we're still gonna hang out and stuff, but we're just not gonna be kissy-kissy anymore. BTW, neither of us are punching the air." Yep, our hearts were broken. Addison also jumped on Twitter to say, "Y'all, there's no problems between me and Bryce. We're gonna stay friends and this was all mutual. Please respect our choices. All love." However, even though she seemed okay with it, she continued to tweet and threw a bit of shade Bryce's way, saying, "If they truly care about you, they'll never put themselves in a position to lose you. Remember that." Followed by, "All boys are the same." When you put it like that, it doesn't really seem mutual at all, does it? Many thought that Bryce cheated on her while he was hanging out in Miami, but we'll probably never know the truth. Just a day after those tweets went out, a Hollywire video was released. In it, Bryce is quizzed about his relationship with Addison and says everything is going well. So what's the deal? Obviously the interview was shot before the split, but how did things fall apart so quickly? We need to know. It looked like a split, it sounded like a split, but things were about to get even more confusing. By the end of February, Addison was interviewed by Entertainment Tonight. They asked about it, but this is where things got strange. Addison said, "We were talking kind of on and off, just trying to figure things out. Things happen, and then we just decided we're better off as friends for now." Why can't things ever be simple? It's not as if Bryce and Addison don't have enough to deal with outside of their relationship. They stopped posting content with each other during this period, but Bryce couldn't keep Addison's name out of his mouth. He said that she was the best girl he ever dated as she kept him on the right track. He also admitted that he wouldn't roll out dating her again, but where was Addison in all of this? Apparently, she was busy doing other things. By this point, it's nearly the end of May and our TikTok queen is sleeping on the whole situation. On the other hand, Bryce decided to go on a road trip with fellow Sway House member Jaden Hossler. It didn't go well as they ended up being thrown in jail after being caught with stuff they shouldn't have had in the first place. These TikTokers know how to keep our attention, don't they? At the time, Addison stayed quiet about Bryce's arrest, but she was pictured with him just a few days later when they joined the Black Lives Matter protest in LA. Despite Addison's mom telling a fan they're not together, they started hanging hang out a lot more after this. Suddenly, they were in each other's videos again and acting all cute, but before long, they were back to their old tricks. In the comments section, Addison denied they were back together, saying it was just a trend. Someone stop this ride, please. We want to get off. If you haven't noticed, these two are up and down like a yo-yo. We should be really annoyed by it, but honestly, it's the emotional roller coaster we all need right now. Throughout June and July, it looked like these two had finally got back together, only for Bryce to flat out deny it again when he was asked about it. By this point, who actually believes them? Then, this happened. When they were caught leaving a restaurant after dinner, a photographer flat out asked them if they were dating. Bryce playfully punched Addison in the arm and said she was like his sister. Okay, yeah, we believe that. Not. To make things even more confusing, yeah, it's crazy already, Bryce went to a party at Jake Paul's house this month and told girls he had a girlfriend. Guess what? When he was quizzed about it afterward, he said he just said that to get girls to leave him alone. By this point, who even knows what's real anymore? Sorry, Addison, but we're not stupid. We know something's going on, so why aren't they admitting that they're a real thing? Even if they are, they could never really work anyway. Addison has built a reputation on being a kind, sweet, innocent TikToker that's a great role model. Other influencers like Danielle Kahn love to be controversial to get clicks, but that's not Addison's style. When she was confronted over an old All Lives Matter video a few weeks ago, she took a week off before deciding what to say. Keeping her rep solid is something super important to Addison. Bryce doesn't live for that. He's been in so much trouble over the last few years that they don't make sense together. Maybe the reason they aren't confirming their relationship is to give Bryce time to stop acting out. It wasn't that long ago that he was arrested, but he said he's trying to be a better person. In an open letter to People, Hall wrote, "It dawned on me what a huge platform and responsibility I have, especially with my younger fans. I realized that living up to my party animal brand isn't dependent on being intoxicated. It's about who I am deep down. There's a time and place to go nuts, and I can get crazy without alcohol. Whether it's cliff diving with my sway bros or pranking the Hype House guys by stealing their sign." For now, it looks like Bryce is trying to tone it down and keep himself together, which is great to see. Is Addison waiting for him to be more stable before they're open about being a couple? It wouldn't be the weirdest thing to happen this year. Even then, Bryce does have a reputation for being a player. If he really did cheat on her at the start of their relationship, will they ever have that level of respect back again? Love is tricky at the best of times, let alone when you've got millions of people following your every move. We still stand Addison and Bryce together, but we've seen relationships like this play out way too many times. It never ends well. TikTok couples aren't built to last, so it's probably just a matter of time before it all ends in tears. If it ever gets officially started, that is. What do you think? Will Addison work it out and prove us wrong? Let us know what you think in the comments.